Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. The Washington Times did a piece where they're revealing that this audit of the IRS shows that they were actually targeting liberal groups as well as Tea Party and other conservative groups. I've said this for a long time. I didn't think that the IRS was strictly targeting just conservative groups. I think the IRS targets everybody. I think the IRS doesn't give a rat's ass whether you're a liberal or conservative or anything else. And while you can have your bureaucrats, your special employment service leadership kind of do that, they can kind of say, well, focus on this and not on that. There was still plenty of scrutiny going on. This new audit is revealing that the IRS singled out pro-border security groups for intrusive scrutiny, along with Tea Party conservatives and the Occupy movement and progressive organizations. So it's not just the Tea Party. It seems like it's anybody that's politically motivated. They go buck wild on. It says dozens of liberal groups were also snared by the scrutiny from 2004 through 2013, as were groups that dealt with specific issues such as healthcare, marijuana legalization, or immigration. Notice the marijuana legalization. That's a huge one. That's normally looked upon as some sort of like a liberal type of, or libertarian, however you want to call it. But that's a direct threat to a huge revenue stream for clandestine services, as well as for the DEA, because you have to remember that the DEA has to have the drug bust numbers to justify their budget for next year. Also, you have to understand that the prison industrial complex benefits from things like marijuana being legal, because now, without that population, and there's a lot, I want to say like 38% of arrests are because of petty drug crimes, and the majority of them are for weed. But the private prison industrial complex gets cheap labor by the steady flow of slave labor from these idiotic, draconian laws. So you have that, but then there's the lawyer lobby too. You got to remember, most of our non-representing representatives are attorneys. And so the lawyer lobby is not going to allow that to happen. So, of course, there's a lot of pressure then put on Washington to make sure that these organizations get a little bit of scrutiny. Doesn't necessarily have to be a Lois Lerner, although I'm sure she was a willing henchman. But there is most certainly, it doesn't matter. See, that's the whole thing. It's a false left-right paradigm. It really, truly is at its core. They're going to scrutinize whoever the hell it is that poses a threat to the power structure. It's that simple. It says, still other groups did encounter long delays in getting approvals, and some faced the same kind of intrusive questioning about donors, personal beliefs, and even their activities at their unrelated jobs. Democrats said the report contradicted the long-standing narrative about Tea Party targeting by proving the Obama administration didn't single out conservatives. Again, it's not about that. You have to look at what it is these organizations represent. What is it that, what's their charter say? What's their mission statement say? Because that's why they're being targeted. Has nothing to do with conservative, liberal, libertarian. None of that. I mean, you have to look at what it is that you're protesting, what it is your activism is trying to achieve, who you're trying to achieve it against, and then you'll come to find out that the IRS is nothing but a vassal for those people. So, of course, they're targeting both parties. or both left and right, if you want to call it that. Really, what they're targeting is activism. If you're an activist, you should be pissed off because your government does not want you to be active. Your government wants you to be apathetic. And by God, if you're not apathetic, why, we're going to come after you and we're going to make your life holy hell by auditing every facet of your life. And we're going to do it because we can. Because we have armies and we outnumber you. When in reality, they don't. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day, everybody.